So this is my hometown. This is where I grew up. And for me, in policing, a lot had to do with the fact that I want to make a difference in someone else's life. I had a lot of mentors growing up. I was involved in the Explore Post program here, which is like junior police. And I wanted to be able to go out and make a difference, just like my advisors were at that time. The interesting part is I actually work with some of those officers now here at the same department. I got in a little trouble when I was 19 years old. I actually got convicted of a misdemeanor crime, and it really helped open me up to figure out, you know what, I want to get out there in my community that I grew up in. I want to make a difference, and I want to stop others from doing those types of same things and making life a whole lot harder. Our community policing that we do is beyond what many other departments around, at least our state, if not our country, are doing. We're doing things from our kids' bike rodeo, which is not just our kids, but the adults and the grandparents and the brothers and the sisters that come to this event and again get to have that positive interaction with the police. We're doing things even from called Route with a Cop. We bring a grill to a neighborhood that we know is having troubles and neighbors aren't connecting. And not necessarily always with us, but even with each other. So we bring a grill to the neighborhood, we start frying up some brats, and of course, as you can imagine, neighbors are probably wondering, what are some police officers doing in our neighborhood grilling up brats? But it brings the people out. Conversations then start. We then get to also hear about some issues in the neighborhood, which typically we wouldn't even know were occurring because some people don't want to always call into the police. But now we're getting that extra with that communication by bringing those people out. So one of the groups that I'm involved in here at the police department is our Explore Post program. It's made up of middle school students to high school to students already in college up to the age of 21. It's a great opportunity to meet a lot of youth within our Sheboygan County and start being mentors towards them. Again, being part of that program when I was 14 years old all the way up to the age of 19, we're teaching them about community service, serving others, helping others, but also allowing them to take the lead to prepare them for the workforce. We're preparing them for college life. We're just preparing them to handle lots of different scenarios which are going to be out in front of them. I think back to when I was a kid, and if I didn't have those types of people in my life, I don't know if I'd be sitting here today. Another thing I'd like to do here at the police department is I help run the kids' bike rodeo program. Typically every summer we have 2 events, and we're teaching children that are going into elementary school all the way up to 6th grade about simple things about bicycle safety. The great part of the event is they get to interact with other police officers as well, and it's just a great time. The big thing I take away from that is just that interaction that we can have with these kids at an early age. We want to keep that interaction as they continue to grow older and older, and again, that builds that support for our local police department. Another thing I like to be involved in also is Honor Guard, as well as one of the motorcycle officers here. We do a lot of community projects in which we set up, and a lot of the kids love to come up, sit on the motorcycle, get a feel for it. I'll even let them wear the helmet a little bit. And it's just, again, a great thing that these kids can see. There's a lot more to police and law enforcement than just arresting somebody. For me, to keep the stress level low, I remember that don't take it personally. Don't make it personal either. One important fact from the start is that if someone's angry with the police, I got to remember it's the officer, the person that's not necessarily wearing the uniform, but it's the shell. People might have had bad experiences with police before, or maybe they're having a bad experience at that moment. I'm out there, I'm handling a situation, and I try as much as I can to understand what it is they're going through. So again, that helps my stress level stay very low. Outside of work, I tend to be active in fitness, be active with my family, be active in my church, and again, with the youth programs that our police department has. And that really helps refresh me and remind me that it's not always about all the bad stuff. There is a lot of good stuff about law enforcement and the opportunity that we get as police officers to go out and interact and have these positive interactions with our community of all ages, to be honest. By doing that, and not just doing the patrol thing 24/7, that really helps keep my stress level down. I have a responsibility to not only serve my community, but to handle the tasks that are put in front of me. Being able to put that badge on every time in my bulletproof vest, it's a reminder of I have a big responsibility to my community to help those situations, and again, to make lives better in this community.